not slept in days. And it's because it's my Grace Week. I had the inspiration to teach you guys about grace, what it really means, the Grace Week, the 7-day period of grace, because each day is a little different as it progresses. And it all started with this inspiration that I had of getting a dog. If you follow my channel, you have seen a lot of videos of my cats, and we have an amazing time. I kiss them and love them and carry them around, but they are very self-sufficient. Now, I grew up with dogs. I've always had a house with dogs, but we did not have one here recently. And so for the past year, I've been volunteering with the Humane Society. I've been helping out with Doggies Day Out, taking dogs out, giving them some attention, helping them learn how to acclimate to playing with children and other cats and other dogs, and then they get adopted out. And this month, I've been dating dogs. So like when I walk into the Humane Society, the girl up at the desk, she's like, "You ready for your next date?" And so we just, I knew all of them. I've spent time with all of them. I've laid hands and eyes on each of them. I read all of their profiles. I know all of their names. I bring out only the ones that I think will fit into my life, right? And you bring them home and you think they're great when they're in the car, but then you kind of see how they move through your home, how they fit with your home, how they fit with your family members, how their temperament, their natural personalities. And you get and it's all been spirit driven, because you get really, really close, like, oh, this is the one. And I'm like, Spirit, is this the one? Is this the one? And then next thing you know, she tries to bite you, or he tries to charge at you, or he falls into your pool or something. And Spirit's like, no, not quite the one. And they're all good boys. They're all good girls. They're all real, real good. And I'm looking for that aligned one, right? That aligned one. And then it happened. This weekend, I went. There was one I saw last week when I was there who was not listed online. She did not even have a little name tag on her cage. She was dyed pink and purple from whoever had her before. And she was so scared, so terrified, that when I put my hand up to the cage door, she wouldn't even come at first. She stayed in the very back. And so I, dated a couple other dogs that weekend and came back this weekend. And when I made my rounds, she was still there. But this time she seemed a little less scared of me. She came up and she put her head in my hand. And I said, you know what? I'm going to date her. I'm going to date this one this weekend. She was terrified. I get her home. We spent the entire afternoon together. She did great with the kids, great with the cats, great with other dogs. She was okay with men. She's like, I don't like you and I'm so scared of you, but let's be nice. We'll be nice, so. And Spirit said, I'm driving her back, right? I'm on the way back to the Humane Society. And Spirit goes, no, this is the one. And I'm like, are you sure? Because this is like a really big decision. They're a really big responsibility. And Spirit's like, text your husband, do it now. And I was like, no, I don't think. Text your husband, do it now. Hard stop. That's what Spirit said, hard stop. So I text my husband. And he said no. So I was like, well, he said no, so I'm going to keep driving back. No sooner had I pulled into the Humane Society and put my car in park did he call and say, well, maybe we can give her a week. I go in, I'm like, so can I give her a week? Like how long? What's your probationary period? They said, we don't do a probationary period, but if you want to, you can foster to adopt, and that gives you a week to make a final decision. So a week is our parentheses period. And I was excited at that point, right? I'm like, okay, this is cool. And I'm not through the week period yet. I'm a few days into this week period, And I'm a crazy person right now. I have not slept. I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. My nervous system is dysregulated. I am dysregulated. I think that is the best word for this. But yet, Spirit's still bringing messages that this is part of growth and change. So I know that was a long personal story, but here's the message that's coming through. First, there's choice. There's some action that happens. There is a change, an opportunity is the word that comes, a decision. But whatever the choice or change or opportunity or decision, there's an action on that opportunity. And I feel like that's something we've been hearing a little bit about throughout the summer, is that action on your choices, the embodied action of a decision. And when you've made that choice and taken action on it, everything begins to change. Your timelines begin to change, your life begins to change, who you are as a person begins to change, because you have to make space for the decision that you made. This is where grace comes in. Now, what is grace? If you look up grace, it's going to tell you a bunch of like spiritual hoo-ha, right? But hoo-ha, that's a private part. Woo-woo? I don't know. It's going to tell you a bunch of stuff. But grace, if you really think about grace, it's non-judgment. It's the recognition that growth has an adjustment period, that there's something that has to change and evolve and transform between who you were and who you're becoming, between how your life was and what it's becoming. And that period there, that 7-day period, it's messy, it's chaotic, it's disruptive, it's an adjustment period. And when we can bring non-judgment to that adjustment period, that is called grace. That is giving yourself grace. That is giving someone else who's growing and adjusting grace. Grace is a non-judgmental, free and unearned love while we're becoming, while we're changing, while we're growing, because that's what change is. It's growth. If you think about the divine feminine, it's all about transformation and growth. Nothing about the divine feminine in nature stays the same. It's always evolving. It's always being born, living and growing, dying. Even women cycle on a monthly basis. There's no stability to it at all. That's the divine masculine, right? No stability here this week. And so it's the cycle that's happening, and that's growth. You cannot grow and transform and become without those things, without these choices, without grace. You have to transform gracefully, and gracefully just means not judging yourself and giving yourself free and unearned love while you're growing. Meija, Meija, come sit. Come sit down. We have things to talk about. We have to teach. We're teaching. Okay, day 1 of your grace period. Inspiration. Day 1 is all about your inspiration. You feel inspired on day 1. On day 1, you can see the vision, the possibility. There's this commitment. There's high energy. Day 1 is all about the possibility of who you could be, of what your life could look like with this decision in place. Good energy. That was my Saturday, day 1. I was like, you know what? This is the girl. You know, she's good with cats, she's good with dogs, she's good with kids, she loves me, she's beautiful. Day 1 was looking great, right? Then day 2 comes around. Day 2 looks a lot like disruption. Day 2 is interrupted routines. Day 2 is energy shifts. Day 2 is nervous system disruption. Day 2 is like an instability. A shaking to your core begins to happen. And your energy starts to waver just a little bit. But you push forward because logically you know what's going to happen. Logically, you know that there's an adjustment period. It hasn't quite hit you emotionally or energetically yet, but logically you know, okay, things are going to have to shift and change, right? Day 3 comes around, and this is where we're feeling the resistance. This is the, whoa, what have I done day. This is the what have I done day. This is the day where you begin to romanticize your old life, how you used to sleep so well, how you used to not have any anxiety at all, how you used to not have to worry about anything. You know, she has a GPS tracker on her collar, and I left for 15 minutes to take the kids to school. She had taken her collar off and gone through the gate somehow. Don't know how she got through the gate. I remember when I could sleep through the night. It was so long ago. I remember when I could leave the house whenever I wanted to and not have to worry about something being run over or stolen. I remember the day, right? You are romanticizing your old life. This is the day. Day 3 is the day when we're thinking about quitting and giving up. What have I done? Little girl, what have I done? Meija, what have I done? Is this going to work out? As you can see, I have not made it through the week yet. I'm on day 3. What have I done? What have I done? But day 4 comes around, and that's even worse than day 3. Day 4 is fatigue. I haven't lived it yet, but this is what Spirit says. Spirit says tomorrow will be worse. I might cry. Spirit says tomorrow will be worse than today. Spirit says this is the fatigue day. This is the day when you need rest, when you need emotional processing. This is when your mind is at a burnout level where your nervous system is just kaput completely. This is where you feel like a failure, is on fatigue day. It's just like complete overload, complete overwhelm. So I'm expecting this. Day 5 is the surrender day. Day 5, this is where we have hit rock bottom. We've been completely uprooted, completely dysregulated. Everything feels different. On day 5, this is the surrender day. We stop trying to force things. We move into a space of cooperation. I would call this spiritual trust. I would call this the acceptance period, because on day 5, this is when we release our expected or forced frameworks. When you start something, whether you realize it or not, you have expectations in the back of your mind of what this could look like because you have a vision, right? And then you know that there's going to be that adjustment period. You logically know there's going to be a little bit of change. But that it completely, if it's something that's meant to be in your life, if it's something that's going to change your future trajectory, if it's something that's going to be big for you on an emotional level, you have to be uprooted to make space. Your body begins to open and to make space for whatever decision you've made. Maybe it's about a new job. Maybe it's a change, a move to a new home. Maybe it's just you becoming someone new. Maybe it's a personal transformation or a spiritual transformation. But day 5 is the day you surrender to that, where you stop saying, oh, this is what I thought it was going to look like, or this is how I thought it was going to go. Because I'll be honest, I expected some whining and howling through the night. I really did. I have never owned a dog that did not cry through the night unless I put them in my bed. And I'll be honest. I'll be very honest with you. I either have dogs that we don't emotionally connect, and I'm like, okay, I love and respect and honor you where you are, and they love and respect and honor me where I am, and we don't really have any issues. We don't really cross paths. We live very parallel. Or I have a dog that, because I'm an empath, that I emotionally intermingle with, and every step I take, they take. Everything I eat, they eat. Everywhere I sleep, they sleep. And there is no in between. Not for me. There just hasn't been. And I really want to do it healthy this time. I want to have healthy boundaries. I want to love them and be best friends with them and have that emotional and energetic connection without the intertwinement, without the need for them to be inside of me all of the time. Like that was one thing I noticed about her right away, is that she really attached to me and bonded to me, and she would get super excited and try to like eat me. She wasn't biting, she just wanted to eat me. She wanted me inside of her body, inside of her mouth, because she just felt that energetic need, right? But that's not the healthy thing. And I have to teach her the difference, which means I have to uphold my end of keeping the healthy boundary, to love, but still have boundary, and to still discipline, and to make her feel safe and at home and comfortable in a healthy way. So I have had to surrender what I thought this process was going to look like. Like I said, I expected some whining and crying. I did not expect the constant diarrhea. I did not expect whatever, it doesn't matter. I didn't expect. And now I'm having to surrender to it. I'm not there yet. I'm only on day 3. Honey, I'm on the resistance period. Like the what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? And she's sleeping peacefully. She's like, I don't know. Who cares? She says, this is great. This is the great life. Great life, Mom. But when we stop trying to decide how things or people or jobs or new homes are going to fit into our life, and we just allow our life to completely transform in the way it's supposed to with this new person or new thing or new pet or new job, when we allow the change to change all of us, that acceptance starts on day 5. There is no transformation, no true change and transformation that you will go through that will not affect you on a core level, that will not also change you. You don't just allow a change into your life and the change stays in its little corner, in its little cute little area, and everything else stays the same. It doesn't work that way. True transformation and change, man, I'm going to say it fucks up everything. It does. It just puts everything on its head so that everyone can become something new, so that everything can transform. That starts on day 5. Day 6, we're starting to look up, okay? This is our integration day. Integration day. This is our day where we start to feel like a small smidgen of confidence. We're starting to recognize our new identity, where we have changed and we are transforming. This is where we feel less in our head, less like we're having to figure things out and structure things, and we're more embodied. Instead of having to figure out how we're going to live in this new way, we just get to live in this new way. This is the day. Day 6 is the day where you wake up and you start going about your routine and you realize, oh, I have a new routine and I'm naturally walking it now, rather than trying to figure it out or not know anything and just feeling chaotic. This is your feeling of, I feel a little different today. Day 6 is where you have new neural pathways that are forming. This is falling in stride. And you feel stronger on day 6. Day 6 introduces your strength. Well, I said a week of grace. So what is day 7? Day 7 is your reflection day. Anything worth doing deserves to be witnessed. You deserve to grieve the way your old life was, and you deserve to witness the change and transformation that you just came through. So on day 7, this is where we honor our change, where we gather the wisdom of everything that we've been through in the week. This is where we get to honor our own cycles. We've been through a lot. Take a deep breath, reflect on it. I don't know what day 8 brings. I only went through the week of grace. But I know that during this particular week, We've gone from inspiration to bottom of the pit to reflection and honor. I like gratitude for day 7 as well, because this has moved beyond the mind and beyond embodiment and into an honor. When you honor something, when you truly witness and honor a cycle that you've been through, gratitude lives there. Pride lives there. I'm so proud of you for what you've made it through. I'm so proud of you for what you've managed to do. I'm so proud of who you're becoming and of who you are and of everything that you've gone through to get where you are. Don't give up halfway through the week. Whatever change you're going through, whatever inspired you to step onto this path of transformation, don't give up. Keep going. Even if your week of grace takes longer than a week for you personally, consider the month or even the year your week of grace and be aware of which step you're on at any particular time. Because day 1 is going to look a lot like, I can do this. Day 2 is going to look a lot like, I didn't expect this. Day 3 is going to look a lot like, I want to quit this. And if you do, you're going to restart the cycle. Because if there's anything that you've chosen to do, that means that there's something inside of you that's aligned with that thing, right? Maybe it's not just a particular person, but maybe it's a lifestyle. Maybe it's a learning. Maybe it's something that's drawing you into who you're meant to be, drawing you more into your power, more into your healing, more into your personal peace, whatever that looks like. There's something calling you there, okay? For me, it's a dog. I don't know why. But keep in mind that I've been volunteering and helping with this shelter for over a year. And this is the time that Spirit decided this is the right time. This is the right one. This is the time. You have space. This is your transformational time. And if I quit, it's not going to stop. I'm going to rest, and then the inspiration's going to come back again. Same for you. Whatever it is you're being drawn towards, whatever that choice is that you've been asked to make, if you quit now, it's going to keep coming up over and over and over again. And if you keep quitting every time you get to the day 3, you're just going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck in the, I can do this, I didn't expect this, I want to quit. I can do this, I didn't expect this, I'm going to quit. I can do this, I didn't expect this, I'm going to quit. You'll be stuck. You'll be stuck in a cycle. We have to have the commitment to know that this cycle lasts longer than 3 days. We have to know that there's something beyond the I can't do this phase. Because if you're called to it, there's grace enough for you. There's grace enough for you to make it. And if you can make it past the day that says, I want to quit, then you'll make it to the day that says, I don't know if I have anything left. And that's going to look even worse than the quit day. I don't know if I have anything left. Man, am I looking forward to tomorrow. Not. And then you're going to get to the day that says, I don't have to control this. Notice that that's not the day that says, I give up. It's not the same thing. Day 3, I want to quit, but you didn't. Day 4, I don't know if I have anything left to give, but you do. Day 5, I don't have to control this. Because when I don't have to be in control, then whatever that calling was inside of me that brought me here, that's what actually begins the transformational process. That's what begins to support us. Have you noticed how day 1 through 4 is all about, or day 2 through 4 is all about breaking us down? Turning us into little globs of mush that can be formed into a different being. And day 5, I don't control this, is the day we allow ourselves to be molded into something new. So 2, 3, and 4, they're going to suck. They're going to suck hard. Day 5, we're like, I don't even care anymore. Do what you want. Mold me into whatever you want me to look like. And then day 6 comes along, and this is the I'm becoming. I'm becoming. And day 7 says, I see what this has done for me. There's hope. There's something beyond day 2, 3, 4, and even 5, where we begin to be molded. We'll eventually get to a space where we can look back and say, I see what this has done for me. I see, I honor, I'm proud of, I have gratitude for what this change and transformation, what this choice, what this action has done for me. So give yourself grace, baby. Give yourself some free, some non-judgmental, some unearned love through your grace period. And I say unearned for a reason. You guys are a little hard on yourselves. You think, well, even if this does work out, do I deserve that? There's a deserving aspect to this where we feel like we have to earn things hard enough. We have to earn a place. We have to earn a space. We have to earn that there's a word that's coming and it feels elevated, where we have to learn, where we feel like we have to earn a power. That's not the exact word. But when someone takes up their own space that they're called into, there's an embodiment of power that happens where your respect, that's the word. You don't have to earn respect. You are already deserving of it. So when I say grace is free and unearned love, non-judgmental, free and unearned love, that means that you already deserve it. So give yourself grace, babe. I'm Mira Colozzo. Welcome home.